Hey everybody, I'm John T. Meyer, and this is the first edition of Answers to Questions, the show where I answer your questions, just like it sounds like. I often get a lot of the same questions in email form, on Twitter, and when I speak at conferences, so I figured, why not ask or answer them in video form, document them, and then send them to you. So we have 4 questions we're going to tackle today in this first edition, so let's get right at it. So I'm excited. The first question comes from a college friend of mine, actually. He emailed me, Benny T, and he's looking at starting his own barbershop. Ben had some pretty hard-hitting questions. So the first one he sent me was, what was the biggest initial problem when you first became a business owner? Great question, and I would say confidence. I was 23 years old, started a business with my brother. I had no idea what the hell I was doing, and I had a lot of doubts and second guesses. And so you really need to be confident in what you're doing, even if you don't know what the hell you're doing, because you won't. Even if you're a veteran or a pro, a new industry, a new business, new challenges, the markets are always changing. There's gonna be something that will throw you a curveball. Second question from Benny, what would you do now if you started over today? Now that's a really great question because there's a lot of things I would try to redo if I had the second chance. I wish I could press that reset button. But I think the one I would do today is try to move faster. Speed kills in business. And I think by keeping things simple and delegating to your team and to your employees and empowering them to make their own decisions, you can move faster, which means you can make your mistakes quicker, you can learn faster, you can move faster, grow faster, and do more. So think fast. Don't let indecision or red tape or things like that slow you down. So the third question comes from Derek. This came in via Twitter, and he said, he follows me on social media, and said, I noticed through your social media channels that you're really into Snapchat. You know, what's so cool about Snapchat? I am into Snapchat, and I feel a little bit like kind of the awkward dad in Snapchat right now. I'm like still trying to figure out how to use it. You know, I'm like trying to place the emojis and use filters. Snapchat is not new, right? So I think I've had the app on my phone for 2.5, 3 years maybe. But it just sat there and I didn't use it. And then around Christmas, I was starting to read some articles and there was a lot of chatter on Snapchat becoming big. And I'll tell you why. I think one is the Discover tab. You start to see brands creating really compelling visual content on the Discover tab. And that's the future of Snapchat. Snapchat to me right now is a little bit of like the Wild West. People are still figuring it out and it's gonna change the way you know it. But it's so huge when it comes to attention. When I create a story and then post it, I can watch all the people or see all the people who watch my story. The conversion there is crazy. And I think you should try to experiment with it. So I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm a novice. It makes sense what we do at Lemonly. We help companies tell their story through visuals. Snapchat is entirely visual. It's photos, it's videos, it's emojis. It's all of those combined into dynamic stories. So that's why I'm excited about Snapchat, and I'm hoping to get in early and figure it out. So Michael's gonna link it up, but here's my Snapchat username, follow me. All right, so our fourth and final question came from Tom. I wrote an article on Medium here when the new year turned to 2016. It was called My 4 Words of 2016. This is an exercise I've done for I think 6 years now, and every year I come up with 4 themes, 4 keywords to serve as my themes for the year. And I write those down and they guide me in like they're goal driven, they're themes that help me kind of think about what I want to focus on. I'll have Michael link up the article so you can read about the 4 words that I have this year and why I use them. But Tom kind of asks, so like how do you remind yourself or how do you keep yourself accountable for your 4 words? So I'll be right back, Tom, 1 second. Right here, Tom, there's my sticky note. See if Mike will get that in focus. Challenging you here, Mike. For my 4 keywords, all it is a sticky note. It's right on my computer by my monitor. I also have one at home on my mirror. So every day I wake up, unless I'm traveling, but if I usually travel with my laptop, almost every day I wake up and I see my 4 words. These are my themes. These are kind of my pillars for 2016. So that's our first edition of Answers to Questions. I'm John T. Meyer, and I want to hear more questions from you so we can answer your questions. So use the hashtag here. That's AQJTM, Twitter. You can post it on our Facebook page, or maybe even send me a Snapchat question and we could embed it into the video. Can we do that, Michael?
Yeah.
Why not? We'll figure it out. Send us a Snapchat question, and we'll be back next time. Thanks for listening.